Hi, this is Nitya Priya. In this video, we see the types of inheritance in Java. The concept of inheritance has already been explained in a video called Inheritance in Java. So, if you want to know about inheritance, you see that video in this channel. In this video, we see types of inheritance. The types of inheritance that are available in Java are single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, and hierarchical inheritance. So, when you are studying about the types of inheritance, how we can remember the type is, if there is one base class, it is single inheritance. Okay, this is the general phenomenon. If one base class, it is single inheritance. If there are multiple base classes, it is multiple inheritance. Okay, so this is single inheritance, class A and class B. So class A is the base class and class B is the derived class. This is one base class, so this is single inheritance. Okay, if there are multiple base classes, it is multiple inheritance, but I have to say that multiple inheritance in classes is not available in Java, but there is multiple inheritance in Java, but that can be implemented only through interfaces. So multiple inheritance is not there in classes. Okay, so we see multiple inheritance when we study interfaces. Okay, right. So this is the single inheritance of classes. As an example of single inheritance, class animal. Animal is the base class that has a public method eat. Okay, and that says eating, right? Class dog. Dog is the base class that extends the base class animal. Okay, it has a public method bark, then that says barking. Okay, so it prints barking, right? Now we close the base class and the derived class one by one. Now we come to the main class. Test inheritance is the main class. We open a main method, then we create the object for the derived class. Usually we do this. Okay, when inheritance is done, we create object only for the derived class and we try to access both the members of base class and the members of the derived class. So that D is the object of derived class, then D inherits eat and bark. Okay, so even though D is the object of the derived class, it can access the base method as well the derived method, and the output would be barking and eating. Okay, so this is single inheritance. Okay, that I explained. Then multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance is inheritance is done in steps. Okay, 1 is derived by 2, 2 is derived by 3, 3 is derived by 4, and so on, right? So this is multi-level. Inheritance is done in levels, that is multi-level inheritance. And the concepts of access is the same. Public members can be inherited by all, and protected members can be inherited only by the derived classes, and private members cannot be inherited at all, right? Now multi-level inheritance. See, class B inherits class A and class C inherits class B. Okay, so that is how inheritance, multi-level inheritance is done, right? This is the example. Animal is the base class, and see, dog extends animal. Dog is the first derived class, and baby dog extends the second class dog. Okay, right. Then there are two derived classes and one base class. I hope you understand. Dog inherits animal and baby dog inherits dog. Okay, right. So at last, as we always do, we create the object for the last class. What is the last class here? Baby dog. So for that we create object which is D, and D invokes everything, right? It invokes weep, bark, and eat. Okay, so that is how inheritance is done. Even though it is the object of the last class, it can access all the members because they are public. Okay, right. So the output would be weeping, barking, and eating. Okay, so in this example, baby dog inherits dog and inherits animal class. Okay, dog inherits animal. So this is called multi-level inheritance. Now it is hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical means there is a base class, and that base class is inherited by two disjoint classes. You should understand this. Class B, there is no relationship between B and C. but there is a relationship between A and B and A and C, but B and C are disjoint. Okay, so this is called as hierarchical inheritance, right? This is an example for that. Animal is inherited by dog. That is one phase, and the same animal is inherited by cat, but there is no connection between dog and cat. Okay, right? So we come out, we create the main class, and see, here if we want to invoke dog's method, we have to create object for dog. If we want to create cats, if we want to access cat's method, we have to create object for cat. But both the objects can invoke animal. Okay, because that is the base class, that's the connection. It can access the public members of cat, because animal, that is the base class. Okay, see now what we are doing here. Cat, we create object for cat. C is the object of cat cat class. So C dot C can invoke mew and eat. I hope you understand, because mew is the method of itself and eat is the method of animal class, which is the base class. So that can do that. Even the object of dog can invoke animals members. Okay, but here we have invoked using C object. Okay, cat object, right? What about bark? Okay, dog's method is bark. What about bark? Bark. If bark is needed to be required to be accessed, that has to be created an object. So that we do like animal A equals new dog. So here we connect both the base and the derived. We actually create an object for base class, and we just connect the derived class also. See the syntax: base class space object equals new derived class. So A can invoke bark. Okay. Right, and that's all about hierarchical inheritance. I hope you understand. Thanks for watching.